Okay, so it's time to check the rest of the eggs. The second batch of eggs that are in here, the first one were laid on the 27th of October. They're the ones that are alive and 2 weeks old. They were due to hatch on the 3rd of December, and they've all been hatching around about that time. And then the second batch was about a week later. So it's now... What's today's date? It's now the 17th of December. So let's have a look. I would have expected these to have hatched by now, so I don't think these ones are going to work, but that's okay. Look, I'm only keeping these because I wanted some more snails. I'm not breeding them. So I've kept enough, so I've got enough to be able to tell if I've kept the best ones. I know normally what you'd do is you would keep the whole clutch and then cull them at like 2, 8 and 14 weeks or 16 weeks, something like that. But obviously I don't want to have hundreds of snails to deal with or anything. So what I did is I just selected like what looked like 20 of the best eggs. And out of the 20, I've had 12 hatch and 9 have survived so far. The other 3 didn't thrive. They just hatched and then did nothing. They died naturally, obviously, because I just found their empty shells in the other tub. And then the 9 that are in the tub are nice and healthy and growing very well. There's no signs of deformities or anything yet, so I'm quite happy with them. I've got enough tank space and everything, so I could accommodate them, so that's good. But I do have some spare eggs in here which I put in just in case, and so far we've not had anything happen. They don't look like they're going bad or anything. Let me see if I can zoom in for you. Ooh. Okay. See if I can get you a bit closer. Okay. So they're in there. And all I do is I just gently take my little teaspoon. I've just used this to feed the others, excuse the mess. It's just got snail food on it. And what I do is I just scoop out an egg. Have a look, see if there seems to be any sign of hatching or anything like that. Doesn't seem to be anything there. Oops, drop that back in. I don't normally drop them back in. Got a couple more there. There's no sign of hatching or anything. So let's have a look a bit more. It's a nice big yellow one. And like I said, the reason I'm doing this is just because I've never raised them from eggs. I've always had my snails from somewhere else. So the only ones that were close to being that I had from eggs was there was some at work that hatched, and I work in education, so there was some at the school that hatched during the summer holidays. This was years ago, and they were all about, judging by their size, I'd say they were all about 4 weeks old by the time they were moving around and escaping out of the enclosure. I wasn't responsible for them then, by the way. So I rescued some and brought them home and grew them up, and they did fine. They all did about, they did a bare minimum of 5 years, but I had 2 that did 10 years. So they did quite well. So, and then the ones I've got now, I've got Rick, who was, he was shop bought. I found him in a pet shop. There was him and his sibling, Morty, the original Morty. And they were probably about 6 months old, 4 months old, 6 months old when I got them. And they'd been bought to the pet shop because they hadn't sold another one. So I had them. I've still got Rick. Rick is now almost 4 years old. In fact, I think he's just turned 4. And he's massive. He's not as massive as the original snails I had. But he's a decent size, he's alright. The others are all 1 year old. And again, they're a decent size. They're growing a lot faster than Rick ever did. So yeah, so I've never had them from eggs, and I was quite interested in how that would work out. I'm quite pleased to say it works out quite well. And like I said, I only kept a few. I kept in here, there was 12 in there, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. There's 26 eggs altogether. And so far, only 12 hatched, and then only 9 have survived. So I'm quite happy with that. If I end up with about, I don't know, barring any sort of complications, like if I find a couple of them have got birth defects or anything like that, barring that, hopefully I've got the 9. If not, I'm going to have at least probably, I'd say, 4 or 5 of them. So yeah, I'm hoping they reach, maturity and grow quite well. It's been an interesting experiment so far. But yeah, I think I can safely say these eggs ain't going to do nothing. They've been in here just as long as the others, in the same conditions. So yeah, I don't think so. So what I'm going to do, although there is a broken eggshell there, but that's from before. I've got the baby out there hatched. So I will double check there's no one around, but it doesn't appear to be. And I think I can safely say these eggs aren't going to work, but what I'll do is freeze them to be on the safe side. I might try and see with my torch if there's anything going on. I think I can safely say this one's a dud. It looks darker than the others and doesn't look right. The other two look bigger and fuller. Like this looks really tiny, like there's nothing developed in it. So yeah, I might give them another couple of days, and then after that I'll just freeze these and keep hold of the 9 I've got. I have got some more eggs in the other tank anyway. So yeah, we'll see what happens. I hope you enjoyed this little video. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.